Coming up on Mountain News this morning, an Eastern Kentucky school received funding it says will benefit students for years. And Kentucky's oldest festival is set to begin today.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, I'm Olivia Calfee. The time is 6 a.m. on Thursday, May 23rd. Now let's go ahead and send it over to meteorologist Tim Drawbridge for a look at your forecast this morning.
Good morning, Olivia. Good morning, everyone. Don't know if you want to look at this right now, but this is the scene across a good portion of eastern and southern Kentucky on this Thursday morning. After the heavy rainfall yesterday, the leftover moisture, this is what you get with calm winds. And 59 outside our door. You can see visibilities in some locations officially reporting in less than a half mile. Pedal off the metal, take the extra 10 or 15 minutes wherever you need to go aside from work and school this morning. 59 to near 65 right now across the Commonwealth, minus 67 in Louisville. We're keeping an eye on that right now. The intense rainfall from yesterday, but additional heavier bursts of rain tracking toward Columbia and Monticello. As we go ahead and check out the forecast for today, we'll see the fog burn off. We'll deal with scattered showers, a few thunder showers, some heavy rainfall in the deal again today, and a high in hazard up to 75. More about the First Alert 7-day forecast as we rock and roll through this 6 o'clock hour. Olivia?
All right, Tim, thank you. And we have an update on a developing story overnight in Clay County. Yesterday, Clay County emergency officials were letting a fire at a plant burn itself out, but then it got out of control. Officials say around midnight the fire started to worsen. It broke out on a piece of equipment during maintenance at the Vinland Energy plant on Gabbard Fork Road. It eventually caused officials to evacuate Landmark of Laurel Creek, which is a nursing center, and all homes within a 1-mile radius. As of now, no injuries have been reported. The American Red Cross is providing canteen services for first responders, and they also helped people evacuate. Kentucky veterans were welcomed home on Tuesday in Louisville after the first honor flight of the year. 83 veterans flew out Tuesday morning to visit the Veterans Memorial in D.C. Crowds came out to the airport that night to welcome them back home with hugs, handshakes, and lots of red, white, and blue. One veteran's wife says she's really grateful for the support from the community.
When I dropped him off here at the airport, and there were so many people helping all the veterans out of their cars, getting them in, and then all of this, it's amazing.
Of the veterans on the plane, 2 fought in World War II, 16 in the Korean War, and 65 in the Vietnam War. One area school just received a significant donation, which representatives say will establish its educational reach in the area for years to come. WYMT's Buddy Forbes has more from Floyd County.
The David School has been teaching students in Floyd County for 50 years.
Helped me. They got me going in college. I get to start this fall at Alcaloid, and they've helped me. They've pushed me through everything I needed.
Providing a private school with a unique approach.
It's a lot smaller, and I'll be honest, you get more hands-on work.
Generations of students like Nick Hamer have been working in a smaller class size with more specialized lessons, helping them find their way.
My dad came here. He graduated here in '94, and then my brother graduated here in 2021. So they've played a big factor, and everybody here, all the teachers have played. They're big roles in my life. The
tuition-free education is entirely funded by donations and grants, like a recent $250,000 check from partners in Connecticut.
Disproves any concern that the school might close at some point. In fact, we've never been in better financial shape than we are today. And in large part thanks to our friends in Connecticut.
Supporting the school's mission to give students like Logan Lafferty confidence and drive to create his own business, while pushing him to graduate and pursue a career in welding.
We thank them a lot for what they've done, and they're keeping our lights on here. That's for what they're doing, and that's really helping us students.
School administrators say the support of donors and community members has been paramount to each student's progress.
My daughter went to school here. and it was the best thing that ever happened to her. And I promised my daughter I would do everything I can to keep this school going.
They say with $250 million added to the bank, the future for the Falcons looks bright. In Floyd County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
Pillersdorf says he has built a partnership with the donors through the years and is proud to see the money fueling the Falcons. Kentucky's oldest festival is set to begin today in Pineville. The Kentucky Mountain Laurel Festival is in its 93rd year, and since its inception in 1931, people from all over Kentucky have traveled to Pineville to experience the historic festival. With so many events around this time of the year, some say what makes the Mountain Laurel Festival stand out is the close connections developed through the years.
The tradition. So the same scepter that was used in 1931 is still used today. So as the Queen sits down to be crowned, she gets the same scepter. The cape is always kept. They've had to redo it a couple times, but in the 93 years, I think it's only been redone 4 times.
The Kentucky Mountain Laurel Festival will begin today with the carnival. The theme of this year's festival is Chain of Memories. A couple of Harlan Countyans are using their Eastern Kentucky roots to fuel a movement which will bring together charity and a good time. WYMT's Madison Carmouche has more about Winchester's first Holler Revival.
If you've got plans for Memorial Weekend, cancel them. Come here.
Leah Payne is opening up her cattle farm, Haywood Farm, to Kentuckians to support Kentuckians.
3 years ago, my husband and I moved from Austin, Texas. I spent 21 years down there. I grew up in Harlan, Kentucky, and we started this Red Devon cattle farm. And we wanted a charitable arm, something we couldn't figure out exactly what to do with the farm to give back.
After talking to her friends, fellow Harlan County native Luna Helton and Winchester neighbor Sarah Hardy, it was decided a live music festival was just the way to do it.
Kentuckians are known for helping each other, so what a better way than to have fellowship with great music, fantastic food, and a good time knowing that you're going to be part of a movement of Kentucky people helping and supporting Kentuckians.
With strong ties to Harlan for Helton and Payne, they decided all of the proceeds from the first festival would go to support 8 Harlan County families.
The coal industry has struggled, and people, despite their best efforts, are having a hard time reliably putting food on the table, keeping the lights on, the heat blowing. So we want to figure out what are the needs and see if we can lift some of those burdens along the way.
Staying with the Kentucky Helping Kentucky movement, all vendors, artists, and bands will keep 100% of their profits.
It's really hard for people to make a profit, especially when they're making their own, they're using their own time, their own money. So we just really wanted to make sure that if they're creating their own goods and their own art, that they are actually making the profit that they deserve.
The trio says the goal is to grow the Holler Revival Festival so they can continue giving. In Clark County, Madison Carmouche, WYMT Mountain News.
For tickets to the festival, you can head to the story on our website, WYMT.com, or the WYMT News app. The city of Pikeville hosted its second Funapalooza event on Wednesday at the city park. The event brought folks with mobility challenges for an afternoon of fun games and more. With everything from nail painting to flower planting, the event focuses on providing opportunities for older and differently abled people to participate in some summer fun.
The people that come here and participate in this event, they show up all year long and support everyone's event. But this kind of makes them the star of the show. It gives them their day set aside.
The city plans to continue the event annually, hoping to see it grow.
And a good Thursday morning to you. Yeah, we're starting off on a foggy start. That's okay. We will try to brighten things up as we head through today. Hartland and Jonesville, visibility about a half mile, quarter of a mile reporting in from Jacksboro, visibility back up to 8. As you make your way toward Jackson, if you got interest getting into Lexington, up 75 or from the Mountain Parkway, visibility 2 miles. Temps near 60 in a lot of locations, as warm as 64 right now. Down a degree your way of Pikeville. Here is the satellite radar composite. We're going to continue to keep an eye on this for Pulaski and Wayne counties. It's tracking right now toward Monticello and Columbia, right along the Hal Rogers. And as we check out the forecast for the Kentucky Mountain Laurel Festival, not a washout. Keep the umbrella close by, especially if all dressed up for the opening ceremony at 7. I think you'll be fine for fireworks tonight at 10. And by that point, we're near 70 as the showers and thunder showers are winding down. More about the holiday weekend forecasts coming up in a few moments. Olivia?
Thank you, Tim, and thanks for joining us on Mountain News this morning. More news is on the way. When we return, another night of dangerous weather overwhelms parts of the U.S. as we learn about a rising death toll from tornadoes in Iowa.